What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on the Get Up, they're going to be talking about the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, and how apparently he can't call audibles anymore. So let's see what they have to say about that.
Recently, Aaron Rodgers appeared to voice frustration over the situation, and now another Packers legend, another legendary quarterback, Brett Favre, is coming to his defense. Here's what Favre said. He was playing in a golf tournament, and he said, quote, "Aaron will be fine. The question is, how will they handle it with him? I think you let him play his game and not disturb that very much, and it's going to be interesting to see if that happens." I mean, to sort of sum all this up, it appears as though the new coach is coming in there and for all intents and purposes telling Aaron, you know, all this stuff you're doing at the line of scrimmage, all this time that's been working and made you the best quarterback, one of the best of all time, and certainly the best in the sport right now, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. That training camp hasn't even started yet. How do we get to this?
Well, Matt LaFleur's approach to that is like that. That's dumb. That's number one.
So I completely agree with Mr. Spears there. So, I mean, calling audibles is basic. I mean, calling audibles, that's Pop Warner basic. That's where you tell a little kid that when he gets up, a little quarterback, when he gets up on the line, look, if you look at the defense and you see something you don't like, or you see them about to blitz, you can call an audible and check out of that and run a different play. There's no problem. Let alone tell Aaron Rodgers, a Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame quarterback, that he can no longer call audibles against teams that he sees year in and year out and has been seeing them for years. He can't call an audible when he sees the line stacked with people coming to rip his head off. He can't check out of that. You kidding me? You tell me he can't call an audible? You don't trust him that much that he can't call an audible at the line? That's basic. I don't know. Let's continue.
The second thing is, Aaron Rodgers has to be willing to work with Matt LaFleur as well, because there is a dynamic beyond the football field that can develop when guys don't think the head coach and our star player not necessarily get along, but can't work together, right? Aaron Rodgers should be able to audible. That's a gone notion. Like, he should be able to go up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, this play will work against this look, and be able to change the play. But you can't start this public display of, I'm going to do my thing, and you do your thing, and with the other 52 guys.
And here's the thing.
So I understand what he's saying. So definitely it's a two-way street. Aaron Rodgers needs to show some respect to his new head coach and listen to him because he is the head coach. But on the other hand, you know, the head coach, you have to realize being a head coach, you have to deal with tons of different personalities. Everybody has a different personality, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with them and make adjustments. And you're going to have to make an adjustment with Aaron Rodgers because, like I said before, he's a Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame quarterback. That he might be arrogant, he might be whatever, but obviously he knows what he's doing. So to come in there and try to change up what he's done for years, what he's done probably since Pop Warner, that's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. Aaron Rodgers is your base. He's your base of your offense. You're going to have to build up off of him. You need to work with him to see, okay, so what works? What hasn't been working? What do you like to do? Okay, so we can do this a little bit, but I want to mix in a little bit of what I want to do. You know, let's try that maybe, you know, every series or whatever. Let's try something different. I think this works, so let's switch it up a little bit. But for the most part, you know, you do what you need to do. And you definitely don't take away Aaron Rodgers' audibles. That just doesn't make sense. But it is a two-way street. But the coach, remember, Aaron Rodgers is the base. He's the guy who's playing. So, I don't know. Let's continue.
Concerns me the most about it, Bobby. Why do we know about this, right? They haven't even started training camp yet. Why does the world know that this has started this way? Someone wants the world to know that.
And like you said, somebody wants the world to know. Who is it? Well, is it LaFleur's side? Is it Aaron Rodgers' side? Your quarterback, when he's a Hall of Famer, should have the ability to change every single play at the line of scrimmage at any point in time. Now, that doesn't mean that he should. He should have enough confidence in his coach that he's going to be able to provide him with the play. I'm watching Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels. They'll get after Tom Brady if he makes an incorrect audible. But Tom always has the ability to change it. And so you have to give him that flexibility, but there has to be that trust.
And so somewhere in the...
So I think a portion of the problem is probably that LaFleur is a young coach. So I pretty much him and Rodgers probably could have gone to high school together. One guy would have been a senior, one guy would have been a freshman, but they still would have probably gone to high school together. So it's going to be kind of hard to be a Hall of Fame quarterback that's won a Super Bowl and have some guy come in that's your age that's going to try and come in and tell you what to do. Like, what are you going to tell me? What are you going to teach me? I've won a Super Bowl. I'm a Hall of Famer. We're both the same age. Your last job, you weren't even a head coach in the NFL. So what are you possibly going to tell me? Let alone you're going to come in and change what I've been doing. You're going to tell me I can't run audibles when every quarterback has been running audibles since Pop Warner? That's where there could be a problem. And I blame management for that because management should have known what you're getting yourself into. You know how Aaron Rodgers is. He's a Super Bowl winning Hall of Famer. He's probably going to be a little arrogant and stuck in his ways because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. They should know, be careful what type of head coach you bring in because if he's too young, there's going to be a lack of respect factor. You're going to need a well-seasoned veteran coach to come in there and kind of take charge, if you will, be the bigger alpha male than what Aaron Rodgers is and take control. But if it's going to be very hard to do that with Matt LaFleur, to say the least. It's going to be hard to do that. So let's continue.
And we're going to show you a little bit of this, and we've seen this many times, and it's not just with Josh McDaniels, but we've seen it with Charlie Weiss used to yell at Brady sometimes, and the coach now in Houston, Bill O'Brien yelling at him. That you have to be willing to be coached too. So is there both sides of this thing going on at the same time? That Brady allows himself to be coached and they allow him the freedom to do what he wants.
And that comes down to a respect thing. And all I remember is LeBron James going back to Cleveland and David Blatt's the head coach there. And you're thinking, who's this guy? Like, this guy is, I don't know if he's qualified to work with me. And I feel like Matt LaFleur might be getting a little bit of the David Blatt treatment there because Aaron Rodgers is a presumptive Hall of Famer. The minute he leaves, 5 years in, he's putting on his gold jacket. You've got to come into him and say, this is what we're trying to do. What do you like? And be able to work with him and develop that relationship.
And that's...
I'm glad you brought the LeBron James situation because I didn't want to bring it up because, everybody gets mad when I bring up different sports for different things. But it's similar to the situation with LeBron James and Luke Walton. So I think LeBron James might be just as old, if not older than Luke Walton. No, I think he's younger than Luke Walton. But they're both in the same age area. And it's going to be kind of hard. It's like, what are you going to teach me? Even though Luke Walton's won, championship with the Lakers and all that, it's going to be very hard to teach or tell LeBron James what to do when he's just been balling out of control this whole time. And I think that's probably the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be hard to tell him what to do. You still have to be coachable. Aaron Rodgers still has to realize he still has a coach, but it's going to be very hard to be able to listen to and respect somebody that's in your class. And, it's like, what are you going to tell me? And I blame management because management should have known it's going to be hard for him to respect him because he's too young. He doesn't have a fat resume. And how is he going to teach him? How is he going to teach him? So let's continue.
That's my point. Like, if those type of conversations are not going on, that's dumb. But to G's point, why are we having this conversation in public? Like, why is this stuff out? I'm going to tell you why. Because the old adage, pride before the fall. Somebody got to be to blame if this thing don't work out in Green Bay. So it's already setting up to either be LaFleur or it's Aaron Rodgers. See, he could.
So it's going to be LaFleur. If this doesn't work out, do you really think they're going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers? Because I seriously doubt they're going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. And like I said, LaFleur should be able to know how to deal with everybody's personality. And he should know coming in, the top dog is going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's your base that you have to build off of, and you might kind of want to adjust whatever you're thinking to the thinking patterns of Aaron Rodgers because, like I said, if it goes bad, they're not going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. You're going to get the blame for it. So, I don't know. Let's continue.
Going to be Aaron Rodgers.
But let me tell you something. If they lose, there will be a deafening scrutiny to Aaron Rodgers if it comes out that he didn't want to abide by some of the things that Matt LaFleur wanted to do. Being a Hall of Famer doesn't absolve you of that.
That's true.
Losing will quickly take away that pristine look that you have as a great quarterback. I'm telling y'all, this league is unforgiving. Now, it may only happen for that year and they get back to things, but somebody has to become the blame. If I'm doing my psychoanalysis,
yes,
that's what this looks like to me. Somebody has to be blamed if this thing doesn't work out.
I understand that, but the training camp hasn't even started yet. Why are we setting someone up to take the blame if it doesn't go well when we're still hoping it'll go very well?
Because we've had...
Yeah, like I said, it's happened before. And like I said, everybody, you can already kind of see what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers dealing with the coach that's in his age bracket. He doesn't have the deepest of resumes. So like I said, it's going to be hard for Aaron Rodgers to respect that guy and to really take any advice or listen to him. But at the same time, You know, you don't think the media sees what's going on? Everybody can see what's going on. The media jackals talk to all the players like, so what's going on between the head coach and the Aaron Rodgers? Everybody knows what's going on, and it's not too hard to read body language there on the sideline when LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers are talking. You can tell if there's hostility there, if everything's going well. You may not be able to hear, but you can see and tell body language that things just might not be working out. And like I said, if things don't work out, they're not going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. Definitely not going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. And if it's true that this guy's talking about no audibles, that's a problem. That's going to be a big problem. So let's continue.
OTAs. We've had minicamp.
Someone's
These
not
guys
happy.
have worked together, and maybe Aaron isn't liking the calls. Maybe Matt LaFleur isn't liking the way that Aaron is running some of the plays, and this is why you get that rub and friction that comes out now to plant the groundwork, the seeds for if they start off 2 and 3.
Nah. So what LaFleur should be doing in training camp is easing his way in to the system of what Aaron Rodgers is doing. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers is he's the base. So you're going to have to build up off of him, of what works for him, how, you know, what types of plays he likes. And then Matt LaFleur can ease his, okay, we'll do your plays for one series. And then the next series, we'll sprinkle in some of my kind of plays and some of the things that I'm thinking about doing. So it'll be a smooth transition versus LaFleur just coming in there from out of nowhere with no audibles and this and that. That's not you can't deal with the Hall of Fame Super Bowl winning quarterback like that with Aaron Rodgers. And again, that goes back to the management. They should know how this works, and they should know, like, look, we're going to need somebody that's going to come in there and pretty much just know how to deal with Aaron Rodgers. You can't just come in there. You have to know how to deal with a Hall of Fame quarterback and his ego. So, I don't know. Let's continue.
Whose fault is it?
Just lie. Just lie and say, it's fine. We working together. Everything will be fine by the time we get to the season.
Correct. Honesty.
Just lie. Just lie for the good of everything. Just lie.
That's exactly right. In this case, dishonesty.